Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our thought for today. My name is Vera from Tandragee Methodist. This week we've been thinking about the Christian virtue of compassion. The dictionary tells me that compassion is showing sympathy or empathy for someone. The Bible tells us in Psalm 86:15, "But you, Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger and abounding in love and faithfulness." It's partly due to this verse that we get the hymn, "Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father, there is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not, as thou hast been, thou forever wilt be." The hymn itself is a glad reminder to us from the scriptures of God's endlessly faithful, eternally constant and unchanging, infinitely full of love and mercy, and unfailingly compassionate. There are many stories in the Bible which tell us of God's unfailing love and compassion. It was compassion for the plight of his people enslaved in Egypt that caused God to set them free and lead them to freedom in a land of their own. It was compassion for the tears of his people as they wept beside the rivers of Babylon that caused God to lead them home to the land from the land of exile. During lockdown, we've all witnessed acts of kindness done by people to sometimes complete strangers. We've delivering groceries, collecting prescriptions, and checking in on people who are lonely and isolated. That's compassion. We show compassion also when we give to charity, or when we put a few items in the food bank trolley in a local supermarket. In Psalm 103:13 we are told, "As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those that fear him." This verse reminds me of the story of the prodigal son. The son turned his back on his family. He went off to have a good time, wasted his money and wasted his life. And when he finally decided to return home, his father opened him with open arms, showing compassion. Now, I'm sure, like me, you've missed going to church on a Sunday, and the thing I miss most, I think, is the music, singing the hymns, old and new, some beautiful hymns. And we can learn so much from just sitting and reading through our hymn book. So to get around this, I loaded my MP3, and as I went on my daily walk, I had a time of daily worship, listening to the beautiful hymns that I miss so much. There was one song which caught my attention. Filled with compassion for all creation, Jesus came into a world that was lost. There was but one way he could save us, only by suffering death on the cross. God, you are waiting, your heart is breaking for all the people who live on the earth. In Psalm 145 verse 9 we read, "The Lord is good to all, he has compassion on all he has made." God's gift to us is his compassion. There is no way for us through our own efforts to reach God's high standards. Yet he graciously accepts and forgives us, drawing us into a relationship with himself. Please know today that we are surrounded by the perfect love of God. Wherever we may be, we are covered by his amazing grace, his endless mercy, and his unfailing compassion. I will leave with you a little chorus. Unfailing love flows from his heart and heals my soul. In spite of who I am, he loves and makes me whole. I almost can't believe it's true. Unfailing love, and yet I know he gave his life to give to me unfailing love. Thank you for listening, and I trust you have a lovely day.